Hi guys! Okay, today is an amazing day for every coin collector. 5 tips that will make coin collecting way easier. Okay, so tip 1. If you're looking at coins and you're thinking like, I want to see if there's a silver coin. Here's here's a tip that will make coin collecting way easier. When you look at the coin sides, I'm guessing that this happens on quarters, dimes, and half dollars, and on the $1 coins, the ones from the 1900s, 19 and older. So normally when you look at it, you can see like brown parts, like copper. But actually, if you don't see copper on it, that means it's silver. Isn't that so easy? I'm guessing that right now this is a great tip for beginners of coin collecting. And plus, you should know that when you are doing this, it's going to help you coin collect. Like, you don't just have to just grab your coins and be like, oh, there's a 1909, 1978, 1985, half dollar, 1971 half dollar, 1964, 1955. So you don't have to just check them like over and over and over and over. This will make the coin collecting easier. You just open up your own like, there's a silver, there's a gray one, there's silver. When is it from? 1950 half dollar. I'd say it's a great way. That's one of the ways I use. Okay, so second tip. People talk about like silver warnicles, silver warnicles, silver warnicles, silver warnicles. You know that, correct? Those silver warnicles made from 1942 was chopped in half, and in half of 1942 they made the class. They made the copper pennies. They made copper and nickels. But later on, after when they sensed that World War II had begun, they used silver, beginning from half of 1942 to 1945, until 1945 was over. So, how to see these? Let's move on to the part about these coins, and not just like specializing these coins and see these coins very well. I'll make another video about silver warnicles, and stay tuned to see that video. It's going to be very informational for you right there watching the camera. Okay, so on silver warnicles, they look a little bit different than normal nickels because, if you get a bar of silver and a bar of nickel, they're obviously going to be way different. And if you grab a bar of silver and a bar of copper, they're like 100% different. And the copper is obviously brown. So when you look at them, you can sense like, oh, that coin looks so weird. What is that coin? Really, I'm wondering. And then you can just take it and you're like, oh, it's a silver warnickel from 1943. Tip number 3 about silver warnicles too. When you look at silver warnicles, sometimes if you find a 1942 nickel, they like change. Like some have the date on the top, some have the date on the side. And that is actually an interesting process. So, in order to sense how that is done, in order to sense if it's a silver warnickel from 1942 or a nickel and copper nickel from World War II. And in order to sense that, when you look at it, if the mint mark is on the top, that means it's a silver warnickel. But if the mint mark is on the side, that means it's non-silver. Okay, let's move on to tip number 2. You know, always like the quarters, and you know, sometimes you want like an old 1965 or 1964 quarter. And you know how to sense if quarters are old, so maybe there was like a brown painting around it, so when nobody sensed that it was silver or something? Well, if you don't know, first of all, in order to sense if it's like, if it's an old copper, the quarter, you have, when you look on the side, it's like smooth, which is a very interesting process. And when you feel it, you feel like smooth, like 1965 smooth, 1980 like ting 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 ting, those little sides. And our last and our last tip for coin collecting today. So, you know how to sense if, like, here, let's say, you know how to sense if your coin is older or not? Or, actually, if your coin is silver. 100% silver. You know how to sense that? So when you look at the coin, if you don't know, when you look at the coin, the letters are going to be like moved around, and it's going to look kind of like a weird picture. And some of the items may move. And you know why that happens? It happens only on gold and silver. Because they're so soft. Like, they're not as soft as pillows where you just grab them, squeak, squeak, squeak. And that's just what happens. But they are still pretty, here's a folder. They are still pretty soft. So now that is the first part, and the second part is they will like have like different sizes. Like the sides may be like that size, and the normal part may be like that size, but obviously a coin wouldn't be that big. Okay guys, thanks for watching. I hope you learned some more about coin collecting, and you should make sure to begin coin collecting. Awesome habit. Instead of like playing too many video games and being bad on your homework, coin collect. You're not using any screen. You just grab coins from the bank, but right now, you know, the bar is happening. But you can still go around the place and maybe like ask people that you know, like, do you have any coins I can look over and then trade you for like bills? And then you can use that in order to see if you have any rare coins. Make sure to watch our next video about star notes, bills, and what you should know about them. Okay guys, thanks for watching. Bye. You all are the best. Bye.